Good morning, class 10 students. Now, since your date sheet has come for the remaining exams, so we have to continue on the study of remaining exams as well. But at the same time, we have to continue with the studies which you have started for class 11. So, keep practicing in the time you're getting and manage your time properly. So, today we are going to continue with the nomenclature of organic compounds. And next compounds to learn is ether. Now in class 10 you have studied only one or two compounds of ethers, but now there will be a generalized edition of this category of compounds to study. So first let us study the general formula. So in this case, general formula for ethers is ROR. Here you see one oxygen in between is linked to two alkyl groups. Now for children who don't know what is R, actually in class 10 you have studied alkane. That was a compound which was having all the single bonds or saturated hydrocarbons. So if you remove one hydrogen from an alkane, the remaining part is called as alkyl, and this alkyl will always have one free valency. For example, if you are taking methane, it is CH4, and if you remove one hydrogen from this compound, carbon has four valencies, out of which one valency will become freed now. So when we write methyl, we add one free valency in front of it. So this is how we write methyl. Methyl means any other element or group of atoms may join here. So what happens is in ether there are two alkyl groups attached to both valencies of oxygen. Now there are two possibilities. One is on both the valencies of oxygen there are same alkyl groups attached, or in other case there may be two different alkyl groups. So how do we name this group of compounds? So here you see, so when there are same alkyl groups, what we do is one of the alkyl along with oxygen is taken as a substitute. So in this case, when we have taken CH3O CH3, one CH3 is taken as a parent, and OCH3, that is methyl plus oxygen, which is named as methoxy. So how do you name it? As one part is methoxy and another part is named as methane. Now one question may arise that why we are writing it methane, why are we not writing it methyl, because CH3 is given. So actually let us compare this with the concept. When you were writing CH3Cl as chloromethane, chloro was the substitute and it was substituted in methane, CH4, one hydrogen removed and Cl brought in. So it was chloromethane. In the same way, what we are assuming is in methane, one hydrogen has been replaced by methoxy group, that is RO. So we use methoxy as a substitute and methane as the parent chain. So this is how we are going to write the name of above compound. Now let us come to the second case, that is asking if there are two different alkyl groups, then what should we do? Now, here is a clear rule that one which is larger will be written as alkane and one which is smaller, that will be written as alkoxy. Smaller one will always be taken as a substitute. Now here you see CH3O, CH2, CH3. One alkyl is methyl CH3, and another one is ethyl, which is having 2 carbon atoms. So but obvious, which one will be taken as a substitute? One which has lesser number of carbon atoms. So it is methoxy, and it is substituted in ethane, which was having 2 carbon atoms. So this is one method of naming the compound. Now one more case may arise when there are more than 3 or 4 carbon atoms in the bigger alkyl group, and alkoxy part is attached somewhere in between. Now just try to study the example. Here if you see, a chain of 4 carbon atoms is there, and this OCH3, it is joined at carbon number 2. So when you are naming the compound, you simply write the name of parent from the longest chain, that is butane, and then along with the locant write the name methoxy. So here methoxy is present at carbon number 2. Compound is named as 2-methoxybutane. If you don't write methoxy, if you don't write locant 2, name remains incomplete because we are not sure that where is methoxy attached. If you are writing methoxybutane, that will not be sure, because at the same time 1-methoxybutane is also possible. Now in the next compound, if you see and if you find the longest chain, first thing is you should not get confused with ethyl group inclusion in the parent chain, because if you see, if you count carbon atoms, oxygen comes in between, and for the selection of parent chain we take a continuous chain. Since we are not getting continuous chain of carbon atoms, so we will take only that chain where all the carbons are linked together. Now here if you see, we have a carbon chain of 3 carbon atoms in maximum. So our parent compound becomes propane. Now in the parent chain, carbon number 2 has 2 substitutes. One is ethoxy and another one is methyl. Now methoxy and methyl have to be arranged in alphabetical order up to METH, both are same. After that O comes before Y, so we have put methoxy before methyl, and both are substituted at number 2 in propane, that is a 3 carbon parent chain. So now the name becomes 2-methoxy 2-methyl propane. That is all about nomenclature of ethers. Now children, next group of compounds which we are going to study, that is very interesting, and at the same time it creates a bit confusion also. So this part, that how do we categorize two compounds which are having same configuration or same kind of carbonyl compounds, that is a thing you should pay attention for. There is very small variation. See, first we are talking about carbonyl compounds. तो यहाँ से आपको नाम का मीनिंग समझ के चलना. इट इज़ नॉट कार्बन, it is carbonyl. It means C double bond O. So this structure only is called as carbonyl group. Now here you can see only 2 valencies are satisfied. Other 2 valencies of carbon are left. So depending upon the group attached to remaining valencies, we can classify 2 compounds. अब यहाँ पर आपको एक बात ध्यान रखनी है कि CO के साथ में अगर आपको ऑक्सीजन दिख गया तो ये कार्बोनिल नहीं रहेगा. इट मीन्स you should make sure there is no oxygen. Now, along with one C double bond O, there should be no other oxygen. So that is one rule to be remembered. Only one oxygen has to be there. Now, what can be added? Generally organic compounds में हम लोग कार्बन के साथ में क्या ऐड करते हैं? हाइड्रोजन करते हैं. So CO के साथ में अगर एक हाइड्रोजन ऐड कर दिया, so this belongs to aldehyde group, C double bond O and H. And if you are going to name aldehydes, it is the first two letters of the name Al, which is put up at the end of alkane. Alkane कहाँ से आएगा? Simply जैसे हम लोग करते चले आ रहे हैं, नंबर रूट जितने कार्बन प्रेजेंट होंगे कंपाउंड में उतने कार्बन वाला alkane हो जाएगा. So if there is only one carbon, you will take methane along with double bond O and H. So let us understand how we are naming the aldehydes. The very first compound CHO is there. Now since carbonyl carbon has to be included, that is the point to be remembered. You will always include carbonyl carbon in the carbon chain. So since one carbon is already there and we want to make an aldehyde of only one carbon, we cannot add any other carbon to CHO. So first compound becomes methanol, HCHO. If you want to get ethanol, means there have to be two carbons, out of which one is belonging to aldehydic group itself, another only one carbon has to be added. Same way propanol, butanol, we can write as many compounds as we wish. Now here in all the cases you see CHO lies at the end. It will never be in the middle of the chain generally. May be present at times in multifunctional compounds, but right now we are not going to study that. Right now we are considering only on simple aldehydes. So in this case CHO will be present at the end of the chain. Now let us try to study the next group of compounds. तो कार्बोनिल तो ऑलरेडी था, पहले वाले में हमने हाइड्रोजन लगाया तो अल्डिहाइड बन गया, यानी कि इन द सेकेंड केस हमारी हाइड्रोजन वाली पॉसिबिलिटी खत्म हो जाती है. तो हम CO के साथ में ना तो हाइड्रोजन ऐड कर सकते हैं और ना ही ऑक्सीजन ऐड कर सकते हैं. जैसे ही ऑक्सीजन आता है इट इज़ नो लॉन्गर कार्बोनिल. तो हमारे पास पॉसिबिलिटी क्या बची? ओनली कार्बन कैन बी एडेड and carbon containing group is called as alkyl. So for ketone general formula becomes RCOR. R, then carbonyl. On the other valency also one more alkyl is present. Now just like the previous case, both the alkyls may be same or they may be different, but here you see carbon chain remains intact. Carbon chain does not break. ईथर में बीच में ऑक्सीजन आ रहा था, बट कीटोन के केस में कोई ऑक्सीजन इंटरवीन नहीं कर रहा है. इट इज़ अ कंटिन्यूअस चेन ऑफ कार्बन एटम्स. सो व्हाट वी डू, वी काउंट all the carbons whatever is present in the single chain and then we write the alkane number root. 3 कार्बन है तो 3, 4 है तो 4. अब एक चीज़ और देखो कि इसमें C डबल बॉन्ड ऑलरेडी था, हाइड्रोजन हम ऐड नहीं कर सकते, ऑक्सीजन भी ऐड नहीं कर सकते. तो अगर हमने एक एक कार्बन दोनों साइड पे अटैच कर दिया तो हमारा सबसे पहला सबसे सिंपल कीटोन जो बनेगा दैट विल बी ऑफ 3 कार्बन एटम्स. सो स्मॉलेस्ट कीटोन इज नेम्ड एज प्रोपेनोन. नाउ अदर पॉसिबिलिटी, एक कार्बन और बढ़ाना है. सो व्हाट वी डू, वी जस्ट ऐड वन मोर कार्बन at the one side of C double bond O. So now you see what has happened. 4 carbons in a row and C double bond O on carbon number 2. So the same compound may be written as butanone 2, but 2 may be eliminated because there is no other possibility of naming this compound. Ketone है तो it will always be in the middle, both the side carbon has to be there. जब तक दोनों साइड में कार्बन नहीं है तब तक ये कीटोन नहीं हो सकता. So butanone can be only one. Change arises when there is a chain of 5 carbon atoms. Now here you see, if it is pentanone, 5 carbon atoms, then there are 2 possibilities of presence of ketonic group. One is at carbon number 3, another one is at carbon number 2. So first compound pentanone will become incomplete name. You have to add locant to complete the name. वरना कीटोन कहाँ लगा है ये आप स्पेसिफाई जब तक नहीं करेंगे तब तक आपका कंपाउंड का स्ट्रक्चर क्लियर नहीं होगा. एंड नेम ऑलवेज हैज टू बी वन विच clarifies the structure of compound. Same way, if ketone is present at carbon number 2, you have to mention it is pentanone 2, 5 carbon chain, then ketonic group present at carbon number 2. So children, this is all for today. कार्बोनिल कंपाउंड्स के दोनों केसेस और ईथर, ये आज आपको नॉमेनक्लेचर प्रैक्टिस करके रखना है. एंड देन ओनली we will be continuing with the next group of compounds. Now there is one suggestion, if you keep practicing now on, that is why I am telling you very few compounds every day so that you don't get confused. By the time next lecture is available, you keep practicing these compounds so that it is all thoroughly prepared, so that with the next one you are not confused. If you are going to study it all in one go, there will be a total mix-up of this. So that's all for today. Thank you.